Walmart, you do not need to raise prices because of tariffs. You need to raise prices because you treated all your customers like thieves and now we don't shop there anymore. So Walmart says they're going to raise prices because of tariffs, but yet they failed to mention what they've been doing to push customers away. Only at Walmart are you proven guilty until you are innocent. How many times did you have to show a receipt before you left Walmart? Instead of having a Walmart greeter, now they have a receipt checker. And you guys are not Costco. I didn't buy a membership, so stopping random people and checking certain belongings to some and not others, that's profiling. But one thing I really hate is the reason you lose my money is I don't want to have to go and have to ask for an employee to unlock something as simple as deodorant or emery boards or nail polish or whatever because you have every fucking thing locked up. It's annoying. I'll go to a store where I can just go and pick it off a shelf and go to the cashier. Thanks. And I understand surveillance and security is paramount in a store like this, but when you walk down an aisle and the screens flash on with a bright light and you're being clocked for every breath you take, it's uncomfortable. I don't like it. You have 0 cashiers, but the employees you do hire are basically being paid minimum wage to be security through your whole store. Last time I was there, 1 cashier and they direct everybody to self-checkout, which is fine, but then you have 2 people just standing there, 2 employees talking to each other, and then they come over and then they peer into your bags to make sure you didn't snag anything and throw it in there when they weren't looking. What are these employees going to do? Run down the road and chase me because I took a Snickers bar if I did? And remember that sweet little Walmart greeter, the little old lady that had nothing to do, so she was just stand there and say hello and goodbye to you? Yeah, at my Walmart, she's been replaced by a legit security guard that is armed. Who wants to shop like this? I don't. So Walmart, if you want to keep blaming the tariffs as a way to get around how you treat your own customers, the people that bring the money in, you go ahead and do that. But all I know is most of us are sick of dealing with it, so we've moved on to other stores where we're not being treated like thieves.
Party Popper, welcome back to AI Crystal. Party Popper, a heartfelt thank you to all our returning subscribers. Your continued support fuels our passion. If you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on the latest insights in global economics and retail trends. Walmart's upcoming price increases, a deep dive. Walmart, the world's largest retailer, has announced that it will begin raising prices later this month due to the impact of rising tariffs. Despite better than expected U.S. sales in the first quarter, the company stated that it cannot fully absorb the financial burden from the heightened tariffs.
Hey, I'm not MAGA, don't scroll. And in the least shocking news in history, Walmart has announced that it will be raising prices in response to, you guessed it, tariffs. So I would love to hear from the MAGA, tariffs aren't going to make prices go up. Trump is a genius businessman. He knows exactly what he's doing. This is liberal fear-mongering. I'd love to hear from you guys because this is the #1 store that MAGAs shop at. I mean, that's probably the #1 store that most people in America shop at, if we're being honest, but a lot of people like myself have been boycotting Walmart. And I understand that that's not an option for a lot of people due to finances or accessibility or other factors. I'm not shaming anybody for shopping at Walmart, but I am saying that this is the #1 store that MAGAs shop at, and they are telling you directly that because of Donald Trump and his economic policies, that you are now going to be paying more money, period. So yes, the tariffs are making prices go up on things. Oh, but he paused the tariffs. Why are the prices still going up? Well, he paused most of the tariffs. Some of them are still in place. You guys look at these blanket statements and just think that it's all-encompassing. It's not. And you also don't understand how our market actually works. You see, companies in America do not base prices on things based on, the total cost to get the product from manufacturing all the way into a consumer's hands, plus a markup for profit, right? That's how it should work. That's not how things are priced here, though. They are priced on what the market will bear, whatever price they think they can put on something, and raise it as high as they possibly can until it becomes too cost prohibitive to where people will no longer purchase it. That is the market that we live in, not what something's actual value plus profit is. but what the market will bear, how much they think they can squeeze us for, because there are no regulations on our corporations, and the few that there were immediately removed by Trump, which is why they're allowed to do this, because it's not just the tariffs with the actual physical increase of the tax that they are bringing there. It is also that because tariffs exist and market instability exists, and we see those things and anticipate paying higher prices because of the market instability and the existence of the tariffs, they're going to raise the prices to meet our expectation because they feel it's a justification. Anytime they can justify raising their prices, they're going to do that no matter what. So if they're looking at America and going, everybody's seeing this tariff talk and they're expecting to pay more prices because more prices going up is in the news every single day, they're going to give us what we expect, right? Simply because they can. And if only we had had a candidate that we could have voted for that actually had a specific plan to stop corporations from doing these heinous practices. And oh, we did. You guys didn't like the way that she laughed, remember?
Without a doubt, the number one reason Trump won the last election is because the price of groceries got too high. They did, bottom line. And now today, Walmart's CEO, a guy who literally was at Trump's inauguration, said, well, we're raising prices, the tariffs and the trade uncertainty, like we have to do it. And I'm not going to hear a peep today from all the people for years who complained about the price of groceries under Biden. And this is where hypocrisy comes into play. And this is where you are just beginning to see the impacts this trade war is actually going to have on us.
It's Joe from Georgia. So the world's largest retailer in brick and mortar, which is Walmart, has announced today that the tariffs are coming home to roost. The CFO and the CEO have came out and said that we will start to see the prices on the shelves in Walmart changing drastically here in the next couple of weeks, probably starting around Memorial Day, and said it will be in full force by June. They said even with the cuts that they had this past week with the tariffs of this 90-day deal with China, that they're having to increase the prices. They don't have a choice to do so, even though they made a ton of money in the first quarter. So folks, this is where you're going to start seeing everyday people are going to see that these prices, when they're going through the grocery store, they're going through the retail stores to purchase things, the prices are going to be higher. That's what tariffs do. When it's a blanket tariff like we have across every product that's coming from China, it's going to result in an increase in price. So you're looking at some prices of going up as much as 20 and 30%. So what they're afraid of at Walmart, that people are going to shoplift and they're going to see that their earnings are going to go down. Right now, they're not changing their earnings for the year. But folks, the tariffs prices are here. They're going to be on your shelves. And you, the American consumer, is going to be paying higher prices.
What's driving the price hike? The primary catalyst is the series of tariffs imposed by former President Donald Trump's administration on imported goods from countries like China, Mexico, and Vietnam. Even though some tariffs have been reduced, the financial strain remains significant. Walmart's CEO, Doug McMillon, emphasized that the company cannot fully absorb these increased costs due to narrow profit margins. Which products are affected? Consumers can expect price increases on a range of products, including electronics and toys. Items imported from China are particularly affected. Food staples. Products like bananas, coffee, and avocados sourced from Latin American countries are seeing price hikes. Baby products. Car seats and strollers, often manufactured in China, are also impacted. For instance, the price of bananas has risen from 50 cents to 54 cents per pound. Broader economic implications. Walmart's decision reflects a broader trend among retailers grappling with increased import costs due to tariffs. Companies like Mattel and Procter & Gamble have also indicated potential price increases. These developments underscore the complex ripple effects of trade policies on consumer prices and the retail industry at large. We value your thoughts and insights. Share your opinions in the comments below, and let us know how these changes might affect your shopping habits. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to AI Crystal for more in-depth analyses and updates on global economic trends. Thank you for being a part of our